Hello, I am joined by Tim Johnson, the Director of the Aviation Environment Federation. How are you, Tim?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Pleased to be here.
So tell us about who you work for and what you're working on at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm from Aviation Environment Federation. We are an environmental NGO. We represent civil societies and in particular community groups who live around the UK's airports and airfields. And we're looking to secure a future for aviation that actually addresses aviation's big environmental challenges and makes sure that those community and environmental interests are not only well represented but are well reflected in policy.
So there's a lot of policy proposals out there. Tell us about those and how to strike the right balance between them.
Yep, so at the moment we're trying to get to net zero. That's government's aspiration, it's industry's aspiration, and the NGOs fully support that. We want to get there too. So there's a number of work streams. We need to look at the engineering side, we need to look at the technology and what we can do in terms of introducing zero carbon flight. But it's not just about the engineering, it's about the policy levers that you need to put in place to encourage that to come through. So that's a role for regulation, there's a role for carbon pricing. And then we have the whole debate around sustainable aviation fuels. But from an NGO perspective, we think that those two things are unlikely to get us to net zero quickly, and so we need to broaden the discussion. There's a huge piece that we could be engaging more now with the flying public, with consumers, in the same way that there's a debate in the UK at the moment about calories and labelling menus in restaurants and informing them to make the right choices about their diet. There's the same educational process that we need to go through to help the travelling public with their travel choices, and that includes which airline to fly, which one has the best sustainability record, which is doing more to introduce greener technologies. All of that needs to be part of the wider policy debate.
And it's clear that the industry has an appetite to move towards net zero, but what else needs to be done?
It does have an appetite, but it can't do it on its own. So it's made very clear that it would like to use more sustainable aviation fuels, for example, but there isn't a strong commercial logic to doing so at the moment. Kerosene is so much cheaper than the available sustainable aviation fuels today. So unless there's regulation that says you must use X percentage, or unless there's strong carbon pricing that actually puts a price on that kerosene so it closes the gap, makes more commercial sense to do it, until we do those things, we're not going to see a rapid scaling.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you.